Hey, I know it's been a while since I've come with an update or a vlog or a video, and I do apologize. It's been busy and I've been under the weather a little bit, so bear with me. Things are still happening. I've been very busy on the farm, flower farm, not the homestead garden stuff yet, but the flower farm I've been really busy with. So I'll give you some updates of what's going on. I just collected some eggs. I'm gonna run in and I'm gonna start editing this video, so I'll see you back here in a bit. In one of my last vlogs, I'm pretty sure I shared with you that there were some changes coming on the farm. One of those changes was that Chaz wanted to try out for AA and AAA baseball, and we sold one of our horses, which was Chaz's horse. So the update on that is he did not make the AAA baseball team, but he did make the AA. So the team he's playing for is 3 hours away, one direction. So practices and games for home games is 6 hours worth of driving, and I'm a little bit busy with that. The bright side, though, is I get to drive a little bit less now because Chaz actually wrote his learners and he passed. So Chaz has been learning how to drive and he's doing really well. Of course, he loves driving the Durango because he thinks it's cool. But he has been driving himself with me back and forth to some of his curling events that he has. The past few weeks have been really busy with curling. In fact, tomorrow he goes to his provincials for his high school, and he just won a gold medal for junior mixed team curling for his high school. So he's been pretty busy, and we've been having lots of fun going to little fun spiels so he could meet and connect new kids and learn to practice on new ice to prepare himself for provincials, which is kind of a big deal. These clips here are from a fun spiel we went to in a neighboring town where it was a sponsored free day for the kids in the community to come together. It was about an hour trip down there for him to connect with some kids and have some fun. He made some new friends, and we had quite the team that he was assigned to. We had quite the entertainment. Never a dull moment with these kids. So if you've been following me for a while, you know I've been growing lettuce in a tower garden and also in trays. Salad?
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Pretty cool.
Did you think you could grow lettuce inside?
Not in our basement, nope.
So in case you missed the name of this lettuce, it is Fast and Furious Lettuce Blend by West Coast Seeds. It's a Canadian company. Highly recommend it. And it produces very well, grows great inside, and it's like 35 days you're harvesting. This week I am working on planting out into my greenhouse. 2 days ago I started my greenhouse up because it was actually only -5 inside of the structure. We've had some really sunny days, and I felt that it would be good to get it nice and warm now since my plugs will be coming from Jolly Farmer next week. So these are the seeds I have started, and all of these seeds are going to have to go into the greenhouse this week. And this week and next week. It's going to be very busy. I've been working hard on trying to get everything sown for my first successions here. And yeah, they're looking good. These are the flowering kale. They are ready to go, and we will be planting these out today. I did give them 1 dose of fertilizer, like a fish emulsion fertilizer. There's some Clarkia and some sunballs, different things. Tweedia, these all need to go out here very soon. But today it is the flowering kale day for planting out, as well as pansies. But yeah, they are getting a little bit rooty in there, and it's time for them to go. The onions look great. They do really good in the soil blocks. My bells of Ireland are a little sad. They need some nutrition. The grasses are doing great. My snapdragons, I dried them right out. They were all laid over and they all stood up. They got hydrated. I thought I lost them. They're doing okay. Those need to go out this week. I have just so many things, and I will kind of give you a an idea later what I have. And this is the lettuce tray again. This is the other lettuce tray. And then I have some catastrophes going on with my tulips. I don't know what's going on with the type of bacteria I have going on, but I ended up overwatering them and rotting a bunch of them. My ranunculus need to get planted out, and these are some status and yarrow that need to go out soon, and these are the sunflowers. Snapdragons, I did another succession of them, and my eucalyptus is doing good. It needs to go out as well, and these are carnations, and those are the pansies. Those are definitely ready to go out. I had really shoddy germination with my pansies. I don't know what went wrong, but they didn't germinate. So yeah, let's get these guys ready to go outside. So what I did is I put them in a tray because it is, cold. It's below freezing. Whoa, distraction. Look at this. Isn't that amazing? Bok choy or pak choy. Anyway, back on task here. I just put the kale into a seed tray with a dome and taped it and threw it in the sleigh because I had soil to take out. So hey there, back in the greenhouse. I had like a spider or something fall on me. Ugh. This is the time of the year where they're waking up inside the greenhouse because it's warm in here and things are coming alive. So I'll show you what we have going on in here. It is nice and warm. I'll give you some updates and show you what's happening on the homestead flower farm. Alrighty, we have my thermometer over here. We're just gonna check it out and see what the temp is. It's pretty warm in here. It's just above plus 15 degrees Celsius. So that's pretty perfect because I have ranunculus and anemones in here. Up here is where I have a bunch of anemones planted. We pre-sprouted those, and then back there we have some ranunculus that we pre-sprouted as well. I didn't have them up as greens. I had them just sprout with roots. And the reason I did that, sorry, the fan is kicked on, so it might be hard for you to hear, but the reason I did that, I'm not gonna disturb it too much. I wanted to treat this as a fall succession, as a cool season, where I was faking out my my winter. So I started them in the indoors in trays, and then I planted them out in here. So I'm hoping they're going to they rooted, and I'm hoping they're going to reestablish themselves. The cables worked great during the minus 40 degrees Celsius and the minus 50 degrees Celsius wind chills. However, we had another cold snap. We had another cold snap where I wasn't home, and because Chaz has made a ball team in a town that's 3 hours one way to drive, I've been having to take him to ball, and so it's a 6-hour round trip for driving plus 2 hours there, and I was not home for about 10 hours total that day, and that 10 hours was enough time for me to lose my breaker kicked, and it got really cold in here. So the soil did get to negative 15 degrees Celsius, which I think we're gonna be fine because anemones can handle that. And it only lasted a couple days before I could get it thawed out in here. So we'll see if it was a total waste of time. But the heat cable did not come on again after we had that breaker kick. It was a different issue that caused it, but it could have been all of the things combined. I'm not sure. We don't think the cable had anything to do with what happened with our breaker, because we think it was something that happened with our septic system, which is a sewer pump that had shorted out and we had to replace it. So this all kind of runs on the same systems, and that was likely what caused the issues in the greenhouse. And anyway, it doesn't work anymore. So if you're following along, the cable did work until it didn't work. But it does actually work really good, because it kept it thawed out, the ground thawed out on that thermostat, barely ran at all. In fact, I'm not even sure if it worked most of the time, if it was just not functioning, because it stayed fairly warm in here without it. Along there, under those hoops, I have daffodils planted, and there's nothing planted here. This is going to be planted out here in the next few days. I'm having an issue with getting soil. My compost is frozen, and then the compost that I was supposed to go pick up, I can't go get it because my truck is still in the shop. So I'm improvising. So today I'm going to be planting in here. Now, I brought out some starts. You've seen these in the house. I started these back in, what's the date did I start these? January 30th. And these are flower and kale, so they're going to be a one and done kind of cut flower. These are for my florists. So I'm going to plant these with these perennials here. I had thrown in, so I have 3 trays of those. I had thrown these perennial lilies in here last fall. I took them out of crates, and I put them in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring some soil in. I'm going to mulch around the lilies, and I'm going to plant the kale because it'll be cut. I'll be cutting it off and letting it die back while these begin to wake up their dormancy. So I'll get 2 crops in the same area. What I've done here with this first succession of cut flowers with this flowering kale is I have my leaf mulch there, and I mixed some compost in with it from my chicken coop, or not compost, like chicken manure from the clean out from my chicken coop. Then I came over with some potting mix and some blood meal and worm castings, and I kind of fluffed it up and hydrated it, planted it in here. I just finished soaking it in. I didn't get it too sopping wet. I'll probably come tomorrow and hose everything down with a sprayer, give it a good soak when it's a little bit warmer, and I can vent tomorrow. I don't want to vent too much today because it's supposed to get down to -20 outside tonight, or -25 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to leave that. I just hydrated it. They'll be fine. If it gets cold, it'll get down to like +5 degrees Celsius in here if the furnace kicks out by something happens and the furnace kicks out. That's probably about how cold it'll get, and they'll be fine. The pansies, everything will be fine. So my plan here is these will be cut off, and they're not going to grow again, but all the good beneficial bacteria, the helpers, like the helpers of the plants, of the roots, will still be intact. So when I come in with my next crop, the microbiome will be established in the soil, so I won't have, it'll be a quicker turnaround for my soil. My soil won't deplete as quickly. Sorry about the fan kicking on. I had the door open, so it's catching up. But so what I'm going to do now is tomorrow I'm going to sort through my seeds, and I'm going to come in and I'm actually going to put seeds down in here. I'll sow some seeds in here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do Blue Purim blue plurum or some sort of a filler. I was thinking about doing like grass of some sort in here, like so that it'll germinate, and then we can companion plant those two together. I have these really spaced tightly together because I want the flowering kale to stay small. I don't want really ginormous heads, and I want long stems. So I've planted them really, really close together. And so if I sow seeds that are too quick to grow, they will overcrowd. So I have to be a little strategic. So this is my first little bed, and I'm leaving a little space here to walk, like a walkway. And then I'll do the same thing, do another plot here. I think the next plot is probably going to be filler, cut flower filler, or carnations. My carnations need to come out, so I might put carns here. We'll see. I will make a plan later. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and seeing what's new on the farm. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Oh, it's so windy. That thing works good. What are you doing? Okay, let's see this. Shoot. Let's see you jump down. Come on. Come on, Reggie. Come on, baby. Are you gonna land on your feet? Come on. Come on. Don't you think about jumping on me. How are you gonna get down? Come on. Are you a scaredy cat? Come on, babies. Good boy. Good boy. One of my hens right there, she's getting picked on. I ordered those little chicken saddles, but if you know anyone who makes them, please recommend them to me, please, please, please. I'd like to support local. Every day, it's like an Easter egg hunt. I find them everywhere. In pockets, in my toque, in my gloves, on the stairs. I found one in my closet one time because Molly packed it in there.